Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles, and children everywhere. The topic that I would like to discuss about today is basically about the end. So yeah, thank you for watching.
I finished that.
I'm kidding. The topic that I want to, in detail, talk about is called the science before the end, science before the day of judgment. So that consists of two, actually. That consists of 2 points. One is the first ones are the minor signs, and then are the major signs. What are the minor signs? The minor signs consist. It all starts after the birth and the death of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then comes a widespread of the loss of trust, where people do not trust each other. People do not trust one another when doing business. People don't trust their own neighbors. People do not trust their own family members. Then comes the taking away of knowledge and the prevalence of ignorance. Basically, what this means is that people try to avoid trying to seek knowledge. People try to avoid conversations in knowledge. People try to avoid putting the effort in making knowledge, seeking knowledge as one of their daily lifestyles. Then the spread of zina, which we all probably have seen. And then the spread of riba, which is also known as interest, which is taking of, such a good example would be taking of loans and taking extra money from, after giving a loan, taking extra money when taking back the money entirely. Then the spread of alcohol consumption and huge use of musical instruments, which we can also see in it, even in advertisements and whatnot. Then another point that was mentioned is the shepherds of Arab, which is another minor sign shall be that once the nomadic people, once the people that roamed around the desert, they would have ample amount of oil, they would have ample amount of natural resources, which they would use in the form of business, which they would use to generate money, which we can see right now. And through that, when they generate those amount of money, they would compete with each other in creating the tallest buildings, creating the tallest structures, i.e. the one that we see right now in Abu Dhabi. Some extra points that I would also like to mention is the widespread killing of people. Widespread, not only the death of people, that's like one person would kill another. The person that gets killed won't even know why he was killed. The person that is killing another person won't even know why he's killing that person. Widespread earthquakes, which we also know as a calamity that recently occurred. Females clothed yet not clothed. The spread of false testimony and promises with the name of Allah, i.e. losing trust among each other. Powers in the hands of the ones not deserving. Powers that go to ruling people that would either exploit their power or won't be able to handle the power. The increase of Romans and the rebel against the Muslims. Now, who are these Romans? These Romans, not only were they the old-time Romans, but the current ones, such as the Christians or Jews or whatnot. The Romans here are considered the ones that are basically not Muslims. Now, another one that's mentioned is the desert land. The desert land of Saudi Arabia turned green. As you can see, the actual footage right here is that once upon a time, the desert land that covered Saudi Arabia started growing crops, started growing greenery, which increasing, it's uncovering a huge number of gold. So, yeah, it's not only is it decreasing, it's showing itself huge number of gold. It's also showing remnants of the old times. Now, what are the major signs? Major signs would come one after the other, just like that, in a way that when the minor signs are all done, when the minor signs are all accomplished, or the minor signs are all already there within our lifestyle, within the environment around us, the major signs will immediately come. In a way that when you cut a necklace, the beads that fall one after the other, the same way they would be coming, the major signs. Now, those major signs consist of the arrival of Imam Mahdi, the arrival of Al-Masih al-Dajjal, also known as the Antichrist, the arrival of Isa ibn Maryam, also known as Jesus, Yajuj and Majuj, the coming of the beast, sun rising from the west, landslides that will happen in three places, which is the Middle East, which is the east, and which is the west. The fire that will bring everyone to one place from Yemen, the destruction of the Kaaba, and the arrival of the smoke from the sky, which would then close the book of this earth and would take us straight to the day of judgment. And the greatest trial for a person to have is at the time of Dajjal. At the time when is in the span of a 40 days span, where the first few days the first day would feel like a year, the next day would feel like a month, and the day after that would feel like a week, and the following days would be like normal days. And the description of who Dajjal is, as we have told, as we have been told by our Prophet, is that within his forehead, within the middle of his forehead, he would be written the word kafir, which we all know as non-Muslim or non-believer. One of his eyes being, his left eye being that of a grape, that of a floating grape. And what he can do is that a person of a Muslim belief would go up to him, would such in a way that a person who's a believer would go up to him, and with his methods of deception, with his method of lying, he would be able to convince that Muslim person to become a non-Muslim. And not only is that Muslim like ordinary Muslim, he prays, he believes in Allah at one point of time, and then after meeting Dajjal, he ends up not. Then I would like to end my presentation with the final sermon of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is like a 5-minute video, if it's okay if I can play. From here, if it's possible.
Kebab market. It's Ramadan. Bye. No problem.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam delivered his final sermon. O people, listen to my words carefully, for I know not whether after this year I shall ever meet you again at this place. O people, your lives and your property are sacrosanct until you meet your Lord, as are this holy place, this holy day, and this holy month. Remember that you will indeed meet your Lord and answer for your deeds, so beware. Whoever of you is holding a trust, let him return it to its rightful owner. All usury is abolished. Your capital, however, is yours to keep. Wrong not, and you shall not be wronged. All bloodshed from the pagan age of ignorance is to be left unavenged. O people, the devil has lost all hope of ever being worshipped in this land of yours. Nevertheless, he will try to mislead you in smaller matters. Beware of him, therefore, for the safety of your religion. Time has turned, and it is as it was the day that God created the heavens and the earth. The number of months is 12. 4 of them are holy, in which war and fighting are forbidden. O man, you have your rights over your wives, and they have rights over you. It is your right that they do not fraternize with anyone of whom you do not approve. But if they do, Allah has permitted you to isolate them within their homes and chastise them without cruelty. But if they abide by your rights, then they have the right to be fed and clothed in kindness. Do treat your women well, and be kind to them, for they are your partners and committed helpers. You have taken them only as a trust from Allah, and you have their enjoyment only by His permission. So listen to me in earnest, O people, and reason well. I leave behind me 2 things, the Quran and my example. If you follow them, you will not go astray. O people, listen to my words. Know that every Muslim is a brother to every Muslim, and that all Muslims constitute one brotherhood. It is only lawful to take from a brother what he gives you willingly, so wrong not yourselves. The Prophet ﷺ then faced the heavens and said, Be my witness, O Allah, that I have conveyed your message to your people. It was then that some of the final words of the Quran were revealed.
اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا.
This day I have perfected your religion for you, and have completed my favor upon you, and have chosen for you as religion our Islam.
So also one final thing that I would like to say is that let this be our beginning. Let this be the beginning for ourselves. Even if it's may not be the beginning, even if it's the middle of our lifestyle, let it be our beginning before the time is, before we reach the day of judgment. Because Allahu Alam, whether we have it tomorrow or day after tomorrow or whatnot. But even so, whatever we have in our times, let's use the most out of it and seek knowledge and, love the thing that we have with us right now, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. That is all.